all things Randi at RandiRhodes.com.
Go for launch.
Speaking truth to power, the Randi Rhodes Show.
So I'm sitting here, I'm reading, what was on the internet. It's not the internet, it's social media. It's on Elon Musk's platform, okay? And other platforms that want to be just like it. And they were, do you understand that Kendrick Lamar, whether you like him or not, just won 5 Grammy Awards? Do you understand that that TV show was just on? Do you? And I watched it. And I love, the Grammys because I'm a music fan, a music person, started in radio and music. You understand that? Anyway, he just won 5 Grammy Awards. Why wouldn't he be included as a Grammy performer, as a Super Bowl performer? Do you know what it's like the people are like, why is he there? And I swear to God, Matt Getz, that sycophantic Venmo using prostitute hiring 17-year-old porkin' guy, he actually said, oh, you know why Lamar Kendrick was included in the Super Bowl? Because this was a tip of the hat by the NFL to Donald Trump's new young black voters. Except that Kendrick Lamar was booked for this gig way before Donald Trump was booked for this gig. Way before Donald Trump was elected president, or even, a glimmer in, Elon Musk's eye. Okay, so what the hell? Everybody was trying to explain it away, but everything for them is too black. Do you know this? This is a crazy, crazy ass thing, but this is real. So Elon Musk made an offer to white South Afrikaners that they could emigrate to. I don't know who the hell elected Elon Musk to do anything, but Elon Musk made an offer to white Afrikaners to emigrate to the United States, that they could come to the United States and get away from the black South Africa that it has become. South Africa has been about 10% white for a really long time. It's just the minority ruled over black South Africa for a really long time. And, guys like Nelson Mandela who, cooled their heels in the jail. Apparently that would be too black also for the Super Bowl to have a guy in jail released and become the president. I'm sorry. I have to think that through. But, there was this big blacklash. And so because everything is too black for them, everything is. Now, Elon Musk wants to USAID. You know why Elon went after USAID? Because it does most of its work in impoverished countries that have been colonized and then left to die. See, and Elon doesn't want any help coming into these places. The richest man in the world isn't all that into the poorest kids in the world. He just doesn't feel it. He doesn't get it. He's not copacetic. He's not empathetic. He doesn't, feel the need to actually do things like feed starving people when we have the ability. He would rather see, and this is what went on over the weekend, he would rather see 60 or 70 tons of food rot at our ports than be allowed to make its way to USAID workers who could feed children, who could, give vaccinations, for against malaria, who could give, pregnant women their HIV meds so that their children are, if we get rid of USAID, I just want you to know what the numbers are, and then you can make your own little, if you're a MAG guy, know exactly where your head will go. But if USAID did not do the job that it does for pregnant women with HIV so that their children aren't born with HIV, then about 6.3 million people would die of HIV. For Elon, I think that's a positive thing. I think that's, something that is a goal rather than a side effect. I think it's a feature, not a bug of his policy. Anyway, courts have stepped in, as you know. When we were leaving Friday, we knew the courts had kicked them out of the U.S. Treasury. The courts had kicked them out of a lot of the databases. And so, some had to kick the can down the road till today. The one that they're calling it the fork in the road offer, which is, based on a billionaire's purchase of a surrealist artist's painting of a fork in the road, an actual fork in the road. Yes, this is how billionaires name their things. They buy some art piece and then they say, I'm going to create this surreal world by taking an edgelord amount of ketamine. Yes. And trashing the world as I see it. So anyway, the fork in the road thing, that was whether or not the deferred payments were legal. A judge could not decide on Friday. So he entered, his name is O'Toole. Judge O'Toole has since been doxxed by Elon Musk and his ilk, and so will everybody. The FBI agents that worked on January 6th, they've been doxxed. The CIA people that they don't like, they've been doxxed. They had their names released in an unclassified manner. Yeah, I mean, these people are just vengeful. They're horrible. But the courts have stepped in and the unions have stepped in. And between the unions, like the American Federation of Government Employees, municipal employee, all of those, the American Federation, the federal government employees union, all of them, and the state attorneys general have all brought cases to say what's going on here is unconstitutional. Like trying to do away with citizenship, with birthright citizenship. That was like everyone knew that. Everyone. I mean, you knew it. I knew it. We didn't even have to look it up. Everyone understood that one. Okay, well, these deferred payments with no guaranteed money, these deferred payments where we don't even know if the government's going to be open after March 14th, and I say it's not. I say they're going to shut down the government. I do. I believe that with my whole heart. All right, because Donald Trump is looking for an emergency. He just is. Whether it's a health emergency, NIH, whether it's a weather emergency, shutting down NOAA, whether it's planes falling out of the sky at the FAA, making changes there. I mean, just everything so suddenly short-staffed, suddenly changing. And then, of course, they have to pass a budget. And, the budget was supposed to be earmarked. It was supposed to be introduced today. And, Mike Johnson said, no, it's not ready. It's not ready. I can't, depend on the Democrats to help me get this over the line. So he says, I'm going to have to work to make sure that all of my caucus members agree on these, items in our budget for next year. And frankly, the freedom crackers like the Chip Roys of the world and, some of the other, douchey ones, they won't agree on this or that. And so we have to go back. You know what he's doing? What they always do, kick the can down the road. We're existing on a continuing resolution. That's what's funding the government now. Donald Trump tries to freeze the government funding. The court said, no, you can't freeze the government funding. You're not Congress. You don't get to do that. So they violated it anyway. They're withholding funding from some things. And the court had to come in again today and say, unfreeze the frozen money. Thank you. And now they're saying they won't obey court orders. Now, J.D. Vance and Donald Trump and Elon, all of that. Elon Musk wants to impeach any judge that rules against him. Oh, my God. It's going to be everyone. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to RandiRhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.